do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Detroit!
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On play action, Allen. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards on the play.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
From midfield, here's Allen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Leopard! Hurry up, here we go!
To throw again, Allen. Coleman has it here right side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Coleman now. Open space inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long for Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So out come the Falcons now. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Watching now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now, check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Gun!
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. Being chased out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And now they'll throw with Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They start on the ground with Elliott. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first down throw for Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. They're able to locate Wilson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Prescott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Prescott from the gun, escaping the pressure right. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. It's got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's caught by Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Coleman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A couple of 1st downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On play action, Allen. is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Out of his end zone, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
46.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit!
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Gun!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
This is Elliott, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A second down throw for Prescott. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And this This has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Second down, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they've put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle here to Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Allen. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 20. Spinning away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go, 46.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 30. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up. In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace. I am speechless. I am without speech. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along? Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it? I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Detroit!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Coleman has it here right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage. This is Coleman. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels? Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. And here's Allen to throw on 2nd down. He's going to take, and that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6, and the Falcons will extend their lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one. Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it, What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Prescott. Looking left sideline, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go, 47. 47.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that's gonna wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Prescott down. And he fires one that's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Coleman. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Gun!
From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Falcons. Philip Dorsett, 89 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
3 down. Hey, everybody, 180. Who got 17? Who got 17?
The give is to Elliott. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver for the INT. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Watch it now, Barney!
They will run again with Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He finds Coleman. A good pickup there, a 22.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Prescott now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position. And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands. Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll go out of bounds. 5 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Atlanta, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.